Hi, my name is Daniel Schild, and in this video I'm going to introduce to you to the brand new GEWA G3 digital drum set. The GEWA G3 is a follow-up to the GEWA G9 and G5 kits. It uses the same high-resolution sample library and trigger engine as our flagship model, the GEWA G9 Drum Workstation. But it is available at a more affordable price. The GEWA G3 drum kit is the perfect instrument for home and studio use or as a practice kit. This kit comes as a 5-piece pad configuration and the sizes are 10 inches for the toms, 12 inches for the snare and a 10-inch kick pad. The kit configuration includes the GEWA electronic 3-side rack with all cymbal and tom clamps, a module holder, a GEWA hi-hat machine and all necessary cables. All tom pads have 2 zones, the head and the rim. For the snare you can choose between different snare styles, the rim shot, the cross stick or the cross fade. You can see that the tom pads have specific rim protectors to eliminate additional noises. You can easily reposition them to fit into your own personal setup. To provide a natural trigger and rebound behavior, we use particular GEWA double-ply mesh heads. You can adjust the tension of these heads according to your playing style and personal preferences. The 10-inch kick pad is compatible with all typical bass drum pedals on the market. The Velcro and the adjustable spikes on the bottom keep it nicely in place when you play on it. The GEWA G3 uses a cymbal setup you may already know from our G9 and G5 kits. It includes a 14-inch crash, an 18-inch ride and a 14-inch hi-hat. All cymbals have 3 zones, the bow, the bell and the edge. They are playable on the whole pad surface and you can choke them on the edges. The cymbal construction is based on the Paiste 2002 series, so they have a really natural feel and a similar movement to an acoustic cymbal. The right cymbal especially has a good bell size for easy triggering. The hi-hat also has 3 zones, so you can play the bow, the edge and even the bell as well. The edge can be choked and there are 8 different opening positions from tightly closed to fully open. Let's have a closer look at the GEWA G3 drum module. The cool thing about this module is that it uses the exact same high-resolution sounds and trigger engine as our flagship model, the GEWA G9 Drum Workstation. Sure, there are some differences in and outputs, for example, but with the GEWA G3 you get exactly the same sound and playing behavior as you got with the GEWA G9 or the GEWA G5. When we compare the module with the GEWA G5, you can see that it's relatively compact, has fewer buttons and offers less in and outputs. So you have access to 11 trigger inputs, traditional MIDI in and outputs, master outputs and a mix input. There is also a USB port for audio and MIDI available. When we switch on the module for the first time, we get to the so-called setup wizard. Here we click to start, select our trigger setup GEWA G3 Studio and press next. Now we calibrate the hi-hat. Close the hi-hat, press next, open the hi-hat, next, and we're done. That's quite simple, right? Now we are ready to play. When we look at the home screen, it looks pretty similar to the GEWA G5. Here you can adjust all the functions you will mostly likely need. You can select your preset kit, choose your snare style, set up the metronome and adjust the master or headphone volume. There are 40 factory presets available, but you can create many more on your own. In the instrument editor, you can adjust the sound settings for every zone of a specific pad. So, for example, you can change the volume of a sound, tune it coarse or fine, and adjust attack or release parameters in order to get a more punchy or dampened sound. In this menu, you can also adjust the panning and effects for each pad. There are 4 different effect banks available for the G3. The most important one is called the ambient effect. These are the actual room microphone samples for every velocity of the drum. So with the ambient fader you can mix them into addition to the dry sample and get a nice and realistic drum sound. The cool thing is that you can edit every zone separately. For example, all the cymbals have 3 zones, so that we can use 3 different sounds for each cymbal pad. You can even layer a second sound to each zone. For example, a sub-kick microphone to the kick drum or a snare bottom mic to the snare drum. In the Trigger Settings menu, you can adjust every pad's trigger parameters. If you don't want to go into too much detail, you can just select one of the existing trigger presets. If you already have some pads from another manufacturer, chances are quite good that you will also find a corresponding trigger preset here. By clicking the menu button, you can make some general module adjustments. You will find a mixer section to adjust pad volumes or the effects section to modify your effects. Via the USB load save function, you can import your own wave samples into the module or save settings to your USB device. In Setup, you will find, for example, the Bluetooth settings. The GEWA G3 has Bluetooth audio and MIDI capabilities. So you can easily play along to your favorite songs or record MIDI data directly into your favorite DAW. The GEWA G3 has built-in USB audio interface, so you can record audio and MIDI data via USB directly into your DAW like Logic or Cubase. You will find these settings here in the master and MIDI sections. With the USB song, record and play stop buttons, you can play files from your USB stick or make quick audio recordings of your performances. This is only a quick overview. You can discover much more with the GEWA G3. Go to gewadrums.com to find your nearest dealer and try it for yourself. Have fun!